I feel like Farragut is the lost city, the lost town right here.
Located in northern Brooklyn, Dumbo, which stands for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass, was originally a ferry landing with industrial and warehouse buildings. In 1979, a major developer began to buy properties, turning it into an upscale residential and commercial community. At first, it was a haven for artists and galleries. Today, it is known for technology startups and luxury residential lofts. Dumbo has become Brooklyn's most expensive neighborhood, as well as New York City's fourth richest neighborhood overall. Directly adjacent to Dumbo's new wealthy homes and businesses is the New York City Housing Authority's Farragut Houses, a development that has housed low-income New Yorkers since 1952. The area stands in sharp contrast to Dumbo, where the median income is over $200,000. The average Farragut Houses family makes $20,169 annually.
My mom's lived down here for the past 20 years. My sisters lived down here at least 30. I've come through here in the last 15 to 20 years, not always residing right in here, but this is part of my home. And any place I've ever lived, I always thought, what can I do to beautify it or bring something to it?
Behind me is Farragut Children's daycare center. It was a daycare center that's been here since I was 3 years old. It started from 3 years old up to third grade. I went here, my daughter went here, my sister went here, brother. I worked here once I got older, 19 years old. I started working here. It's been here in the community forever. But now it's closed down. It closed down about, I would say maybe about 5-6 years ago. But it's just an empty space now. No one has taken over. No one's running any program. It's just an empty space. It's sad because there was another daycare center, but that's closed as well. So now everyone is just like babysitting in their house for the younger until they can go to school.
You were able to go to any school at one point, and especially now with the gentrification, that's not allowed. We had signed petitions this past summer trying to stop that, but now that Dumbo is here and is here to stay and is getting wealthier and wealthier, as you see, they're able to send their kids here, which is no problem, but now they're rezoning our kids.
Growing up in Farragut, when I was younger, it was fun. You had a lot of programs. You had the Brooklyn Navy Yard Boys and Girls Club that's behind us. There's no programs now for kids out here. When you try to get the programs for kids, there's some deterrents trying to stop you from doing the programs for the kids. When you think about the neighborhood, how it's going to change, it might change for the worse. You know, kids need stuff to do to grow.
When gentrification does occur in a community, especially a low-income community, it never benefits the residents that were here before that because you put up things that the residents who were here before that cannot afford. For instance, you have Eddie's Deli. Eddie's Deli been here for centuries, I would like to say. He probably won't agree, but he's been here and everyone knows Eddie, and there were times when families couldn't afford it. They didn't have the food stamps or they ran out of money, and they were able to come to Eddie and say, listen, I need a credit. I can't feed my kids tonight, and he would give it to them. And things like that, that's a community store. And if you get rid of these community stores, and if you get rid of the people that took care of your family and y'all unite, what's going to happen to us?
What I've noticed in the area, particularly that there's not enough being done to recruit people to or inform them about the new jobs and the construction that's coming in the area.
There's always jobs being lost, and the people in the community are not getting the jobs for whatever new establishment they build. It's someone from outside of the community. Hotels that's built, nobody from my neighborhood. We're not getting hired. And we are putting in applications, but we're not getting hired.
There's no way in the world you're building $1 million buildings in 6 months and you can't put $10,000 in a neighborhood. It costs nothing to fix a park. It costs nothing to get an agency. It costs nothing to go to the community center or to the church open door and say, I have some money I'd like to donate. Maybe you can do something for the kids or to the schools. There's 3 schools around here they can walk to. They don't care. And that's unfortunate. And everything is just disappearing.
They can just do whatever in this neighborhood. No one's going to ask the question because we feel like we don't have a voice here. If we do ask, is it going to change? We don't think so. So that's probably why most of us don't even ask the question. And we don't have input as to what's happening around us.
Farragut residents remain committed to their neighborhood and find ways to uplift each other while facing shrinking resources and growing income inequality.
Tons of community things that we do with our children around this community. It's not that we don't care about our community. That's a false stereotype that they have with minority communities such like ours. For instance, you have the basketball. They have tournaments that go on every summer, sometimes in the spring, the main event. You have Miss Tracy. She's one of the residents that live here for probably I believe all of her life, and she contributes by having this whole cheerleading program she has where she takes all these girls and they battle from state to state and cheerleading, and they're actually good, the Diamonds. Then you have me and my partner, Quita. We actually have Royal Heat. It's soon to be called Icons, but we are a dancing group where we teach girls how to dance and dance battle and go out from community to community, and we bring other communities as well in to battle against us. And I think that we don't get enough of publicity for that.
I had my own art show, but in the Navy Yard, in this community, 1 block from where I was doing a public art work. And it was actually a public performance. I wasn't going out to actually, I'm gonna do a performance today. I was just going out with 2 letters, do.
Farragut houses have more than 3,400 residents. 60% live in poverty. But Farragut housing residents are resilient people with hopes and dreams.
Well, overall, I love Farragut. I would love to stay here. But it's just getting harder and harder.
In the summer of 2016, Brooklyn Community Services launched the Farragut Cornerstone Program. Funded by the NYC Department of Youth and Community Development, this initiative provides much-needed programming for Farragut residents, including an after-school program, youth development, and workforce training. Our growing program is looking for volunteers, mentors, and resources to help us create real change in the community. You can help by contacting BCS today.